You're good to go.
Thank you. The Architectural Review Board of the Town of Southampton will now come to order. Welcome to the May 21st, 2024 meeting. Ms. Doyle, the ARB attorney, would you read the legal regulations for this hybrid meeting, please?
Yes.
Thank you.
Good morning. In accordance with the Town Board's adoption of Local Law Number 14 of 2022, the board's meetings are being held both in person at Town Hall and via video conference through Zoom webinar. The link to participate in this meeting via Zoom can be found on the town's website at the Town Clerk's Agendas and Meetings portal. You can also watch the live stream video and submit written comments through the town website. For anyone attending via Zoom, if you wish to speak during the meeting, please click the raise hand icon so our moderator can grant you access. If you're here in person, when your application is called, you can come up to the table. Just as a reminder, please state your name and hamlet of residence for the record. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Doyle. Okay, Mr. Rump, the Vice Chair of the ARB, is going to lead us in the pledge. Would everybody rise?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Mr. Rump.
You're very welcome, Mr. Chairman.
And Mr. Jankowski, the Board Secretary, would you please perform the roll call and notify us if we have a quorum?
Mr. Wright? Here. Mr. Taglavia?
Here.
Ms. Keys?
Here.
Mr. Burt?
Here.
Myself, Mr. Rump?
Here.
And Mr. Chairman.
Here.
We have a full board, full quorum.
Thank you very much. Did the board members that were present review the minutes of the May 7th, 2024 meeting?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
And were there any errors or omissions?
None.
None
If
that I saw.
Do I hear a motion to approve?
Motion.
Second?
Okay, motion has been made and seconded to approve the May 7th, 2024 minutes. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None. Thank you. Any old business to come before the board before we proceed with the published agenda?
Just one thing, I want to
Yes.
thank you, Chairman, Mr. Chairman, for putting
Yeah.
together those area maps. I think they're very helpful, and if we can get the maps, kind of a composite maps, we know where we all are, and, I
Okay.
think it's very helpful. Thank
All
you.
right. You're welcome. Yeah, I agree, and thank you for your suggestion to do it, so appreciate that. Okay, since there's no old business to come before the board, we'll start with the published agenda. First is a sign application, Edward Jones Investments. It's a wall sign. Is the applicants available? Okay, thank you.
Good morning.
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 Lisa Foyer on behalf of the applicants. I believe the materials were submitted to Carrie. Unless you'd just like me to share my screen.
Yes, yeah, we have them up.
Okay. Currently there is a sign there, and they know that they needed to come before the historic board, which they have done with landmarks and received approval. And so now we are before you for the approval of the sign. The new proposed sign will be smaller than the sign that is
That's what
currently
you just
up at
said,
the
yeah.
building.
Yeah. Could you speak up a little more, please?
I'm sorry, the new sign is proposed to be smaller than the current sign that is up. We have received Landmarks Review Board approval, since it is located in Bridgehampton in the new historic district.
Okay, fine. I'm the lead board member on this application, and I'll give the board my comments and decision. First of all, I had meetings regarding this. The building, it would look less busy if both signs were the same size. I like the fact that they are both the same colors.
I believe this is an old rendering, and there is a new sign up to the left. It's no longer Paramount. I believe it is the Wave. It's a light colored sign.
Okay, we've got some disconnect with the sign inspectors then. Because according to the sign inspectors, this was an illegal sign, Paramount, that was put up without ARB approval.
Correct. Correct, and that sign is not there. It's actually a different storefront there. I think it's called the Wave, and they do have approvals for that.
From this board or from
There
landmarks?
was a building permit that was issued for the sign.
Excuse me?
There was a building permit that was issued for the sign.
Okay, then I've got to check on it. Is the Wave sign the same size as yours?
It's Stella Flame is the name of the business.
It is, because when I went by there was a large truck parked in front, and I couldn't see
Here now.
the Paramount sign at
That
all,
was the orange one.
because I was just driving by. But is Stella Flame is there now?
Pretty sure.
Correct, I'm sorry, yes.
That
Okay.
came in front of us. That was that
Yeah,
orange
no, I
sign
remember it, yes, thanks.
with the
Right.
gold writing.
Yeah, is this the same size as Stella Flame then?
I do not know that off the top of my head. I can find out that information.
Okay, fine, I have no problem with your sign as it is. I would just like to have the signs the same size.
Okay, if they are the same size, can we approve the current proposed sign?
Well, we can do this with approving, well, it depends on the board, but we can approve it as is, and then we can predicate it on the size of the adjoining sign.
Okay,
The reason is it's a small building,
correct.
and it's pretty static as it is. And when you start to throw an element that is a different size, then it starts to look too busy.
Correct.
So, I mean, that's my comments on it. I would suggest approving your sign, but based on the size of the other sign, because we might ask you to increase the size of your sign slightly. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, that's my comments to the board. Mr. Rump?
I don't have any other comments other than what you were discussing, but, Ms. Poirier could resubmit or give the information, and then you can deal with this
Right.
when it comes back
Yeah.
after we approve it.
Yeah, so
Okay.
she doesn't have to come back
That's great.
to
Thank
the
you.
meeting. Yeah, I appreciate that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Mr. Jankowski?
No issues. Follow the lead.
Okay. Ms. Keys?
No issues, I agree.
Okay, Mr. Burke?
I agree.
Okay, Mr. Tagliavia?
I agree with the lead.
Mr. Wright?
I agree.
Okay, fine. Since this is a signed application, we do have to vote on it. Do I hear a motion
I'll motion to approve.
with the caveat
Yeah,
that?
with the caveat
Yeah.
that the sign size is checked and
I can-
verified by you.
Okay, fine.
I'll second.
And a second?
Yep.
Okay, the motion has been made and seconded on this to accept as submitted based on information from the adjoining sign, because then we might ask for tweaking on yours, slight changes in the size. Okay, motion has been made and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None.
Great,
Okay.
Thank you.
So you just
Thank you,
submit it
Lisa.
back to Carrie, and she'll send it to me.
Okay.
I mean, and we'll look on the other sign. Okay, thank you.
Have a good day.
Right, you too. Yeah. Next, we have site plan review, Noyak Golf Club. It's a clubhouse addition. Is the applicant available? Right, here. And Mr. Burke is the lead on this. Yes, hi.
Good morning, Tony Panza, Southampton, New York, architect for the applicant. I can run through with some of the imagery. I also have some existing photos in case the the renderings. I think the renderings are pretty good, the way that they speak.
Yeah,
That, so on each of the three renderings, the top drawing is the existing, and then if you pan down, you'll see the proposed. And what there is on the left-hand side, the room there with the glass, that's about 480 square foot addition. And then on the right side, you see the other gable that's been pulled out. That's a 840 square foot addition. The one on the right is for additional storage space for the kitchen and walk-in boxes, and the one on the left is a seating area. What we've done is extruded the existing gable out in both instances. We're matching the same exact finishes: cedar shingle sidewalls, cedar shingle roof, lead-coated copper gutters, and it's an off-white trim. And there's 3 pages that show from different angles. So in that one there, at the far left, you can see the addition coming out, and then at the far right, you can see the gable coming out. It's the same, that gable there, I've removed all the landscaping, so you can see there's just a single door. That's the entrance into the kitchen. What you don't see is the mechanical units that are all hidden by the bushes and shrubs and everything else. And then the next 3D there is, you just see the addition on the right-hand side now. And so there's that small gable that gets extruded out, and we reflect the gable that you see on the left-hand side on the right-hand side.
Thanks. Yeah, no, I have no issues with this, and I would recommend approval as submitted.
okay, thank you. Mr. Rump, comments?
I have no issues, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, Mr. Jankowski, comments?
I agree with the lead, no issues.
Okay. Ms. Keys, comments?
I agree with the lead. I think it's very nice.
Okay, Mr. Tagliavia?
No further comments.
Okay, Mr. Wright, comments?
No, I agree with the lead.
Okay, and I agree with the lead too on this. I think it's, a well-done addition,
Thank you.
and it enhances actually the building.
I
So,
think you're right.
yeah, okay. Since this is from the planning board, a transmittal letter would be sent to the planning board with our comments. on it.
Wonderful. Thank
Okay,
you very much.
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Tony.
Right. Okay, next we have site plan review, and this one is different. It's a administrative review, and it's West Hampton Motel, and West Hampton. Is the applicant available for this? Yeah, would you come up? Hi.
Hi, Daphne Vaughn, Surfside Environmental Planning. I'm here with Randall Stone.
I'm Randall Stone, a resident of Remsenburg.
Right. Okay.
So we have a submission that we gave in yesterday for the project. Basically, it's an existing motel that they're going to be renovating the exterior and the landscape, doing some renovations to the interior, which is not your purview. And then there's the addition of this new reception pavilion that will be, for the most part, open with a small office and reception desk in it. Do you want to speak to
Sure.
the?
So the idea is to keep the existing number of rooms, keep the same functionality, but enhance the overall site. This includes new landscape throughout the whole property, and the creation of a new parking area away from the entrance to the rooms, and also the construction of this accessory building, which is a small pavilion, which really only houses reception and a small back office for administrative uses. The next one, you can see this is coming into the new parking area. This is a view of what we're calling the reception area. It would have an enclosed area for the inclement weather as well as off-season. Our intent is to be open all year round. And then an open area for gathering. Next slide. This is just a view looking back. You can see how you would look back to the reception area. There's open, a place to sit and relax, and potentially enjoy the outdoors. Next slide. This is looking at the existing facility, really configured in its original form, no major modifications. new windows, new doors, new siding, and then new landscaping to create little garden areas for the guests to sit outside in. These are some just additional views. Another view from the parking on the upper left. A reverse, this is more or less the view of on the upper right, a view from Montauk Highway showing the wildflower meadow, which is part of the site plan development. Looking at the pavilion, which will become really the icon of the property, and then letting the existing motel sort of sit back. It sits very far back on the property already. On Seabreeze, which is where the existing entrance is, the idea is to create screening off of Seabreeze Avenue. That is what it looks like from street level. The one on the right, lower right, is just an aerial view looking down across that, down into Seabreeze. These are the materials I can put in front of you. Very simple, a combination of dark and light wood siding, wood decking as long on the walkway, corrugated metal roof. So it's a very simple and indigenous palette. The idea is to really harken back to the agrarian nature of this area with very simple architectural roof forms, very simple material selections that would feel like this facility has been here and has been part of the community for a long time.
Yeah, would you bring the samples over? Thank
These
you.
are the same views, just done as straight up elevations, just so you can see what they would look like. Again, this is the pavilion, very simple, very straightforward. This is where you would check in, maybe sit and enjoy the wonderful weather like today. The next one, this is just showing the front and the back. The back is almost staying exactly as it is today. And then the front is just basically getting new windows, new doors, and new siding and roofing. Also, we're putting in a new septic system to bring it up to
And
compliance.
drainage.
And drainage. These are just the side elevations. Again, the window configurations on these are staying exactly the same. And this, for reference, is the existing, is the proposed floor plan. Again, staying substantively exactly the same, just some minor modifications on some bathrooms in 2 of the units.
Okay. All right. Mr. Jankowski is the lead board member on this application. Would you give the board your comments and decision?
Yeah, well, I think the materials that they're using and the colors that they chose, harmonious. Definitely gonna make that spot look a lot better. They're coming in off of Seabreeze for the parking, so not going into Montauk Highway. Adding all of the landscaping and everything else like that, it's gonna look great on that corner. So I think you did a good job.
Thank you.
And I recommend approval. I wouldn't change anything that they're doing. I think it looks good.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Rump, comments?
I have no further issues at all. I think it'll be a good addition to the community.
Okay. Ms. Keys, comments?
I agree with the lead. This is very nice. Thank you so much for considering all of this.
Okay. Mr. Burke, comments?
Yeah, no, the simplicity of the materials is good. Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Mr. Tagliavia, comments?
I agree, it's a major improvement, and the presentation was very well put together. Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Wright, comments?
No, I'll go with the lead. It looks good.
Okay, and I will go with the lead. I think it's going to be a great improvement in the area on this. And are there any comments from any of the viewers on Zoom? Apparently not. So no comments from the public on this, so fine. This is an administrative review, so we vote on it. And do I hear a motion?
I'll make a motion.
You make a motion. Do I hear a second?
Second.
And a motion has been made and seconded to approve as submitted. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? None. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck.
Right, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Just make sure if you're probably gonna end up doing a new sign, that you'd have to just come
Yes.
back and
Yeah.
to us, all right?
Right.
Thanks.
Okay, next we have, this is a site plan review, a sign application. Hamptons Montauk LLC Tropical Smoothie. The applicant is available.
Mr. Chairman, I have to
Yes.
recuse myself on this
Okay,
application.
all right, thank you, Mr. Rump. Either one
Yeah,
you
you can
want.
sit down.
Yeah.
Chris Canal, resident of Montana, New York. So, yeah, we submitted the sign plan. Didn't realize that it was just the three colors, so we changed it from the four-color scheme to the three-color scheme with the backing is white. I don't know if you guys want to.
Yeah.
Okay,
Usually the smoothie word is a different color, and that was the issue, so we just made it the orange.
okay. All right. That concludes the presentation?
Yes,
Okay, fine.
unless you guys have questions.
Well, that we'll get into now, all right?
All right.
Okay, Mr. Tagliavia is the lead board member on this, and would you review this and give the board your recommendations?
Yes. First question is, what is the size and the dimensions compared to the original signage? 'Cause you're replacing what was the Sleepy's sign, correct? Or now it's
Yeah,
Mattress Firm, isn't it?
I believe it's very
Mattress
similar,
Firm. Yeah.
10 foot by 2.5.
Mhm.
And I'm not sure of the Mattress Firm sign, I didn't see it prior.
It does look a little big in scale to me compared to, the JRS sign. The letters seem to be a lot more bold. I'm wondering if you'd be willing to scale down the font slightly so it's more in line with the surrounding signage.
I can go to the sign company. It
Mm-hmm.
is, this is I think it's a carved sign too, so
Right.
it's not as bright as
Mhm.
it looks up there. Because it shows the building as dull, but it's really,
Right, I know the overall aesthetic of these signs are, their overall site plan is trying to accomplish more of a consistent basis in terms of the signs, the colors, and the scheme and design. I know that they approve more than two colors. Having the background white, I feel like it's a little out of character of the other signs. I know that you're trying to stand out as, an independent business. But my opinion is I think we could still tone it down to match the aesthetic of the surrounding signs, which are mostly only utilizing two colors, aside from black and white. So in total, so if you look at the other signs like Sleepy's, white background, and then they have the one red color. Same with the JRS and the previous page. They have just white and with a green black background. So it's consistently two colors rather than three, or very subtle three colors. So my recommendation would be to sort of tone this down a little bit to conform with the surrounding area. And then in terms of the scale, it does seem a little large. I don't know that it was placed within the elevation to scale. It seems a little larger than.
it looks larger than a 10 foot.
Right. And it's impeding into the lights above. I think just the interpretation of the image is a little skewed compared to what it might actually look like. Those are the only comments I have.
Okay, then you would recommend having the size of the sign reduced?
I would recommend having the size of the sign reduced, and it'd also be my recommendation to potentially only utilize two colors, just to more conform with the other signage.
Okay, fine. These are, from what I gather, this one is the front facade only that we're doing.
The front and the street side.
And the street side.
The street side is the front, isn't it?
Right.
Yes,
But they're doing
Yeah.
it back.
but then they
too,
have the
correct?
parking,
Well,
right, 'cause it's a 360
there are two
building.
signs, one to the parking area in the rear, and this one is the front.
Correct.
Okay,
Two different applications?
yeah, there are two applications.
The one I was referring to is the front facing.
Front, that's what I thought, I
Mhm.
just gotta clarify that.
And they're both the same sign, right? So,
Okay, well, we've gotta go through them individually.
okay.
Okay,
Would you be more open to a darker backing? And, I mean, can I come up?
Absolutely.
yeah, I mean, come on up.
Just like a, because we do the dark brown,
Mm-hmm.
kinda.
I think it's the rendering.
Yeah, it may be the
It's really
rendering.
It's
the
a horrible,
problem.
it's just bright and it
Yeah.
comes off.
It's really, I mean, it has we have no scale really, we don't know what's going on with that, but it also looks way bigger than it is and more loud.
Mm-hmm.
And you
Yeah.
said it was carved, right?
It will
It
be.
might
Yeah.
be beneficial to bring a sample of the carving with the color on it, because I'm sure the color is a lot duller than what it's.
I was just gonna say that,
Yeah.
because like, I mean, if you guys see the coloring of the second one, it's the greens
It is
are-
toned down
the
quite a bit.
yellow
Mhm.
are
Well,
much
yeah, it's
duller
hard to s-
than
yeah.
that bright sign,
Right,
so you're 100% correct.
Yeah.
well,
So that's how, this is how it's gonna come out with those colors.
right, okay.
So we need a
All
size.
all right, then, well, we'll hear the comments from the rest of the board.
Sorry.
So I,
And-
given that information, I would say that we need to see a resubmission of an elevation illustrating the proper size represented, and then maybe a sample or some kind of image that shows the toned down nature of what is actually gonna be there.
All right, Mr. Tagliavia, would you be open to whatever the board says, that you be the final approval on this?
Yes.
We can do that, okay, fine. All right, comments, Mr. Jankowski?
Yeah, so I just think it's a scaling thing on the picture that it's showing. So
Yeah.
I'm saying I'll agree with Mr. Tagliavia as far as sizing. Make it so that it is the same as the other signs that are in that shopping center, right? If it is the 2.5, 10, then it just looks out of place in a picture, but it'll look fine when it's there. The colors, again, I think it just looks too bright on the TV, but Uncle
Yeah.
Joe's, which is only like 2 over, has 2 colors.
Correct.
So, and his is like a green and a red. So I'm okay with how it is. It's gonna look toned, I think, down on the wood. But again, Mr. Tagliavia can make the final choice. I have no problem with that. And I don't have any other problems with anything else besides what we just talked about. I just wanted to say it.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Jankowski. Ms. Keys, comments?
I agree with the lead and everything everyone has said so far.
Okay, Mr. Burke?
Yeah, I agree. I've just let Mike have a final say, so maybe there wouldn't be any delay or not, delay in
Right.
opening or what. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I don't want to have happen. Mr. Wright, comments?
Yeah, I agree. Let Mike have the lead so that we can get the sign up and get business going.
Thank you.
Okay, and my comments are the same as the lead, and, yeah, so you don't have to come back on this, that he will be give you the final approval, and this was all to be submitted to Ms. Meyer. Okay.
Yep.
Okay,
I'll review it right away.
okay, now, this is the side that is facing Montauk Highway. Okay, since this is a sign application, to prevent you from coming back from the planning board, we'll vote on this now, and then don't have to come back.
Okay, thank you.
Right, okay, do I hear a motion to approve as submitted or with conditions?
I'll make a motion to approve with the condition that we see the proper scale and also the sample of the color scheme.
Okay, do I hear a second?
And I'll second that Mr. Tagliavia can make the final decision after seeing this.
Right, and, okay, motion has been made and seconded, all those in favor? Aye. Opposed? None, thank you. Okay, you will submit it to Ms. Meyer, and Mr. Tagliavia will review it.
Do you
Now,
wanna just do the
we're
second
gonna do
one?
the second one
Yeah.
right now.
Make the same comments.
Yeah, okay, this is Hampton's Montauk LLC Tropical Smoothie Rear Facade. This is facing the parking lot. And the applicant has already submitted the drawings on this. Mr. Tagliavia is the lead board member, and would you give your comments and/or approval on this?
I make a motion to approve under the.
Well, not the motion yet, we have to go through.
I'm sorry, so I
Yeah.
recommend approval with a color sample and a properly scaled rendering submitted.
Can we add one more thing?
Sure.
Based on the sign being identical to the one facing Montauk Highway?
Yes, I agree with that, and also based on being identical.
Right. Okay, fine. Mr. Jankowski?
Yeah, all
comments?
same comments.
All same comments. Ms. Keys?
Me, I'm also.
Okay, Mr. Burke?
Agree.
Mr. Wright? And I agree with that also. Do I hear a motion on this? This is the rear facade.
I'll make
Facing-
a motion that it be
Second.
identical to the front facade and also meet the requirements and resubmitted for final approval.
To you?
To me
It is-
personally, yes.
Okay, fine.
Seconded.
And you seconded. Motion has been made and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? None. Okay, fine.
Good luck, man.
Yeah,
Right,
send it over, we'll
Okay.
make immediate comments.
Thank you.
Thank you.
right. Okay, would somebody get Mr. Rump back in, please?
Good luck.
Hate to bring you in just to adjourn, but. Sure. That's okay. Okay, any other business to come before the board? If none, do I hear a motion to adjourn?
Second.
Motion has been made to adjourn and seconded. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank
Thank you, Kevin.